Okay, guys, it's KJM, and I'm back with another Countdown to Christmas Hallmark movie review. So last Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, I already done forgot, Under the Christmas Sky. Under the Christmas Sky premiered. Now, it took me a while to watch this movie. I was kind of falling asleep on it. I don't really think Megan made it all the way through it. Shout out to Megan, by the way, for always supporting me. She got me on this journey, and y'all look out for her comments because she's always saying how she feels about these movies. Okay, so let's talk about this. First thing I'm going to address is Hallmark, and I saw this in the Hallmarky comments of this movie. Y'all need to stop playing with my boy, Ryan Prevey. That's my auntie's boyfriend. And he deserves better than the storylines for Christmas that you guys have been giving him, like in the last 2-3 Christmas seasons. So last season he was in a movie I think I called A Fabled Christmas, and it was really trippy. It was almost like being on a drug trip in the middle of like a fairy tale about Christmas. That was better than this movie. I really wanted to like Under the Sky Christmas. Oh God, Under the Christmas Sky. I'm really messing up this name. Shoot. I mean, I'm all over the place with this. I really wanted to like it. Because of the diversity and inclusion, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, but Ryan deserved better. And I don't know I don't know Emily Richardson that played Lila, but she did an excellent job playing David's daughter, disabled daughter. It was very good to see a child with a disability realizing that she doesn't have to be limited. She may not be able to be an astronaut, but she can definitely grow up and be part of the space program. So for the diversity and inclusion, I really enjoyed that. This movie really gave us a perspective of what it's like for a child that's disabled and still has big dreams. Okay, so let me just get into it. Kat she's part of, I think, the astronaut solar program or something like that. She got into an accident a little while back, and now she has a blind spot, so she doesn't have 20/20 vision anymore, which means she can't go to space. She can't become an astronaut because she doesn't have 20/20 vision. So in the movie, Kat's trying to deal with the fact that that dream has died. And while that's happening, her family is trying to support her. Now, here's another diversity and inclusion. Kat had a black mom, white dad. Because when I saw what her baby brother looked like, he was very much more brown skinned. And we've seen him in another Hallmark movie earlier this year, I think. And he played Lauren's husband in that movie. You know, that series of books about friendships, and some of them were terrible. I wish I could remember it. But anyway, so he was in Lauren's story. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so once I saw him, I was like, it better be a black mama because he was brown skinned. So I was waiting to see. And sure enough, it was a black mama. So this movie, I really liked the diversity and inclusion of having, different actors and actresses of different races, of having a child with a visible disability, acting in this particular movie. So now, Kat's trying to deal with the fact that her 20/20 vision is not coming back, and her blind spot is probably permanent. So she's part of this space program, and she takes a leave of absence, and then she starts working, decides to work with the local planetarium on this solar sun exhibit. This is why I said, like, this movie didn't have to be a Christmas movie. It seemed like Christmas was secondary, and that it was more about astronomy, which I love learning about astronomy, astronauts, and all of that. Matter of fact, if y'all wanted a better movie that really tackles this issue and will really make you cry at the end, hold on. Then y'all needed to watch Inventing the Christmas Prince. That premiered last year, and I'm so mad. A lot of people skipped this movie because it had the title Prince in it, and they assumed it was some dried up royals from England or some European country and ain't nobody heard of. But that's not what this was. Okay, this was a black prince We was inventing the Christmas Black Prince, essentially. And this is really the first movie that made me start to really appreciate Tamara Mowry Housley. Okay? I'm usually a big fan of her sister Tia, but Tamara did the damn thing. Isabella is the young lady that played Tamara's daughter. And I think Ronnie Rowe Jr. is who played the prince. In this movie, Tamara is a single mom whose husband has passed, and she is an astronaut. So if y'all want to see something about space with a better storyline, go ahead and check out last year's Inventing the Christmas Prince, because I promise you, them last 30 minutes is going to make you bawl your eyes out, and you're just going to love this little girl, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, but let me get back to my other review. Okay, so anyway, Kat meets David. He is the curator for the planetarium. I think that's what you call him. And he usually handles all the exhibits, but his boss thinks he lacks creativity. So Kat is hired to help him with this particular solar sun exhibit that happens to be taking place like around Christmas. Once again, Christmas is kind of secondary in this movie, but they throw it in at the end. Kat starts to fall in love with both David and his daughter, Lila. And we see that her and Lila have this beautiful relationship. She's showing Lila that even with limitations, or maybe they're showing each other, that even with limitations like Lila's disability, Kat's blind spot, these women and girls are limitless, and they can still achieve things and be part of the space program. They can still have other jobs. Matter of fact, Kat takes David and Lila to the space program office, and there is a gentleman there that's in a wheelchair that is super important to the space program and works there. And Lila was so excited about that. I think that was like the best part of the movie. She was excited to know that even though she can't be an astronaut, there's so much more she can do to educate people about space and to participate in the space program. And I love that. That's why this movie got a 5 out of 10 instead of like a lower scoring. As Kat is getting closer to Lila and David, she is falling in love with David. He's falling for her, but he's also been a single parent for a while. And so he is he co-parents with Lila's mom, but he's very overprotective over Lila. So seeing another adult responsible for Lila's safety could be a little scary for David. And literally that's where him and Kat kind of clash, because at one point someone smashes something that Lila was working on at an event at the planetarium. And basically, Lila rolls out of the planetarium. Kat rolls behind her, gives her a good pep talk. They're going to go back in so she can keep making ornaments and stuff. But David flips out when he looks around and he doesn't see his daughter. And Kat was like, I thought you trusted me with Lila. And David was like, it's kind of hard to let go the reins. And I kind of understand. As someone who has raised children, not my biological children, but has spent some years raising children, I honestly can say it's really hard when another adult steps in to also be responsible for their safety, because you just feel like if you're not there, something bad can happen to them. So I could identify with that, David. I could identify with that for real. So once David realizes he can trust Kat realizes they would be a great couple. They are falling in love, and then they decide that they're going to do a Santa Christmas tracker at the planetarium, I think on Christmas Eve. So once again, for this movie, Christmas is definitely a backstory, and that's why I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. It's a movie that could have taken place anytime throughout the year. We would love to learn about the sun. It did not necessarily need to take place during Christmas. So I'm giving this movie a 5 out of 10. If you watched Under the Christmas Sky, and I don't know why this morning is so hard for me to say Under the Christmas Sky. I don't know why that's been difficult for me. But if you watched it, let me know. I know some of you are big fans of Jade Parker Kay, the woman that played Kat. And you guys said she was in The Flash, the movie, and Hallmark was lucky to have her. But I'm sorry, the acting, the writing, everything was just falling flat. And my auntie's boyfriend, Ryan Purvey, he deserves better than this. So Hallmark, next year, I need you to give my boy Ryan a better storyline. All right, it's KJM. It's Countdown to Christmas. This movie is a 5 out of 10. Let me know if you watched, how you feel about it. Let me know how you're feeling about these reviews. All right, I love you guys. And I'm just about out. See you at the next review.